we have publicly stated many times that we are avoiding all Steeler wide receivers, but we have now forced each other to make a decision in your teams. Who are you going to have more stock of out of all the three? You got to draft one and pass the other two. Chase Claypool, Diontae Johnson, and Juju. Badake, who are you drafting out of these three?
I hate this. I absolutely hate this. If I had to draft one, it would have to be Diontae Johnson.
Okay.
And for me, I do believe he's Big Ben's favorite target. He did have the majority of the target shares on this team. He did kind of even out in touchdowns. Look, if you really look at it, in my opinion, these guys all kind of, if I had to put him in ranking, it's Diontae, Juju, Claypool.
Okay, in redraft.
Right?
We're talking redraft right now.
And redrafts. In Dynasty, we can get to that later, but I do believe Ben Roethlisberger loves to target Diontae Johnson. That was his go-to. Juju is not his guy, in my personal opinion. I don't see Juju excelling. He did finish wide receiver 21. He did finish second out of all those three guys.
Yeah, Juju was wide receiver 16.
Exactly.
So,
but for me, I think it's Diontae. Yes, he did have the drop passes. Imagine if he, all I had to say, imagine if he caught all those drop passes.
That we could say that about so many players.
We
can't be imagine. That's why I'm drafting, because I'm imagining.
Oh no, yeah, and I'm not drafting because of him. My personal opinion is that in the research that I went in, he had the most targets.
He has the biggest upside.
He does have the biggest upside, and I do believe that he is Ben Roethlisberger's favorite target. He's his safety blanket, you know. Okay. So I think if in quick passes, Big Ben has a noodle arm. Think about it. Okay. Look at the gameplay. Diontae was a quick guy, quick slant routes, quick curl routes. Yeah. You know, he dumped the pass off on the out. Diontae Johnson is that guy for me. Is the guy for Big Ben as well.
It's interesting you talking up Diontae Johnson when, you know, Juju actually finished higher than him significantly. Juju was a wide receiver 16. Diontae Johnson was a wide receiver 21. And in my opinion, I have a little bit more question marks around Diontae after his drop issues last year. I'm not like the glass half full in this scenario. I'm not like, oh, wow, what if he called the targets? I'm like, look at how many opportunities he dropped. He actually cost them some games. So when I look at the three of these guys, I don't want any of them. But if I have to make a decision, it's going to be Juju. Okay. Couple reasons. Okay. I think a byproduct of Najee Harris coming in is Big Ben's going to throw less, right? He threw 40 times per game last year. I think that number comes down to 28. And if that's true, there will be way less targets. Now, I feel like Juju is the guy that Big Ben is the most comfortable with in the red zone. So I think he will get maybe more valuable targets, slants over the middle, those kind of things in the red zone, which will hopefully lead to more touchdowns out of anyone. I don't know that for sure. But the most important thing here is who's got the most to play for. Okay? Out of all three of these wide receivers, who has the most to prove? Who has the most to play for? Diontae Johnson still has another year after this on his contract.
Correct.
Chase Claypool was a rookie last year. Juju is on a 1-year prove-it deal. He's trying to show every team in the NFL this year, hey, I am an elite wide receiver 2 on any team.
Oh, man.
Like, come pay the money for me. Bring the bank. He's going to have to, every game, show people why they should be spending big money on him in free agency. So I think he's got the most to play for. I think he has the most chemistry with Big Ben. He's been there for the longest.
Okay. Yeah.
And I personally, and the last thing, by the way, I can get him cheaper than any of these guys. I can get him cheaper, maybe around the 6th, 7th round, whereas a lot of these guys are going in the 5th.
You know, I agree. A lot of these guys are going on in the 5th. If people listen to us in our mock drafts, I know in our friends league, I don't know how other people feel in other leagues. Obviously, you know, other people might be Steelers fans in your leagues. I don't think any of these guys go, you know, earlier in the 4th. I know Diontae Johnson is projected. His ADP is mid-4th. I don't see him going that early.
The issue is the ADP that we have gotten is from all the leaks.
Yeah, from
like
exactly
all the websites, all the major websites. So this is the ADP. This is real facts. It's not something we made up. So we have to act as if this is how people are drafting.
And you're right. And I believe Diontae Johnson doesn't go as high in the mid-4th. I do believe you can get him. I think all their ADP, if I had to give you an ADP,
it could drop.
It could drop. And I think they're all actually evened out. If they were all available the best available wide
Out of
receiver.
the three, who can we probably guarantee will be the cheapest, though? Probably Juju.
Yeah,
We've seen it in almost every mock.
Juju. But you have the hype on Claypool. Juju, people don't like him just because he dances too much. And then Diontae Johnson, he drops the ball. So maybe Diontae Johnson is the lowest. But
no way. There's absolutely no way. Diontae Johnson in redraft leagues will be the highest drafted Steelers wide receiver. People love the talent. He is talented. Just stop dropping the ball. In Dynasty, I want to make sure we're on the same page. It's Chase Claypool.
Yes, it is Chase Claypool. Okay. He's the youngest guy. If you play, he has the bigger, higher upside. He's like the boomer bust type guy. He is very talented.
Very talented, yeah. Mm-hmm. The issue is, just quickly, because I'm not sure that Claypool's value will be higher next year in Dynasty than it is this year. Because I really think we see Big Ben take a step back in his pass attempts per game. So if you're thinking about drafting Claypool in a Dynasty league, I don't know. I could be very wrong on this. I just am not sold that Claypool's value will be higher next year. And also, I think this is Big Ben's last year.
I think so as well. That's another question. If if Deshaun Watson, for example, comes on this team, everyone is valuable. But he also hates people that drops the ball. But Claypool could be there and Juju could be gone. I don't know. There's so many question marks for this team going into next year. But what we can tell you this year is that I take Diontae Johnson and Zach takes Juju Smith if we had to draft one.
And we hate it.
Mm-hmm.
We hate that we do it.
Every second of it.
Yo, what's good? Thanks for watching. We got a lot more videos.
A lot more.
If you want more videos.
Watch it.
You can also subscribe.
Right now.
If you want to.
You need to.
And lastly, don't forget that you can sign up to support the show and get exclusive content by going to patreon.com/fantasylandfam.